Tell you, immigration is changing Britain so fast at the moment. And as you say, immigration, and here too, is for some communities, because of the pace of it, turning into colonisation. The latest government statistics show that immigration in Britain is now much, much more than predicted. So Britain's population is going to reach 70 million, 11 years faster than earlier thought. In fact, at this rate, you're going to add more than 6 million people. That's 10% of the population. In just 15 years, almost all of them from overseas. That is a big change.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a rapid and unsustainable change that will have an impact on every single aspect of our way of life. Of the 6.6 million people who are expected to be additionally in Britain by 2036, 6.1 million of those are going to be immigrants. Now, that's an astonishing number of the population. And when you break these numbers down and you see the social housing figures as well, 75% of the Somali community are living in social housing. Around 35% of Ghanaians, for example. In parts of London, 40% of council houses, social housing, is going to immigrants. This is putting pressure on absolutely every single aspect of our public services. And our politicians now have a huge amount to answer for, okay? Because the social contract is completely broken. We have the highest tax burden since World War II. And where is that going, okay? Our social services are on their knees, our public services are on their knees. And when you look at it, our politicians have asked us to take part in a giant immigration Ponzi scheme that is now going pop. We are worse off GDP per capita. Our tax is higher than it's ever been since World War II, and our public services are worse than they've ever been. What on earth are we paying for? They now have no leg to stand on. And the argument about all of this as well, Andrew, is what about the preservation of British culture and our way of life? They seem to care little for that, because when you look at the demographics of where these people are coming from, when people voted for Brexit, they voted for lower immigration, okay? They did not vote for less European, loosely speaking, white Christian immigration and much more immigration from Africa and the subcontinent. That was absolutely never on the ballot paper. No one in their right mind thought that would happen, and yet it has been allowed to happen. And our politicians have a huge amount to answer for here.
Well, you're right to say politicians, but also, the elite media class, the political and cultural class generally, because I don't believe the public is happy with this. The same in Australia, you see, we've got pro rata higher immigration than even you. Public don't like it, but the politicians, most of them, and the elite seem too scared to say boo to it.
Yeah, and the best solution to this now, for my money, is to have a referendum on it. Now, I know that might seem ridiculous, but hear me out, because politicians and our media class and economists, etc., and a lot of people in the woke academia have absolutely been suckling at the teat of the idea that mass immigration can only be a good thing. They feel too scared to want to clamp down on that, and they don't think that people would actually really want it. Well, put it to a public vote, and that would give our politicians the mandate to reduce net migration drastically. And actually, you know what? If you said to people, well, your GDP is going to take a hit, well, already per capita are worse off, and I think people still would vote for that, because there is more to life than what your national GDP looks like on a spreadsheet. There is much more to that. It is about your way of life, and that currently is being lost.
Well, I think that's absolutely correct. I mean, multicultural policies that have been in the English-speaking world presume, listen, come over here, preserve your culture. Where is the culture of the host country being preserved? Where are the policies for that? And increasingly, I'm seeing that being sold out. You've got to make people feel that this is their home and not just a hotel for the passing trade. I mean, that way lies madness and social division. Patrick Christys, always great to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time.